Where do I start? For the past year or so, people have been trying to compare Melania Trump to Michelle Obama. And there's no comparison. Mrs. Obama is an educated, beautiful sister who has a great deal of poise considering the attacks that she and her family had to endure nearly the last 8 years. Melania is a trophy wife, a woman that's half Donald Trump age that claims to love him. She's a trophy wife. She don't love this dude. Maybe then take that back. Maybe she do. I don't know if she truly loves him or not, but it just seemed that rich white men run after young women and nobody never really want to talk about it, but okay, fine. But anyways, Melania been walking around every now and then. She give an interview. She don't say nothing too out of the ordinary. I mean, she does what a wife does. Stand by a man, you know what I mean? But the thing is, she gave a speech last night. And the speech was basically stolen, almost word for word from Mrs. Obama. And I see people in the media bending over backwards trying to defend her. Let me read this to you. Michelle Obama's 2008 DNC speech. And Barack and I were raised with so many of the same values that you work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, and you do what you say. Now, then it says, I'm reading the highlighted parts, excuse me. Because we want our children and all children in this nation to know that only limit to the height of your achievement is to reach your dream and your willingness to work for them. I hit with Mrs. Trump, 2016 RNC speech. That you work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, and you do what you say, and keep your prompt. Now, she put that part. But then right here it says, because we want our children in this nation to know the only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them. She stole it. Now here it is, you got a campaign that has been vilifying black men and black women and black children. Here's a man that questioned Mr. Obama's and Mrs. Obama's intelligence, questioning whether or not President Obama got to school on affirmative action. You're supposed to be good at reading people. You're supposed to be good at having people around you. Your wife can't even put together her own speech without somebody help her and say, you know what? We don't want to sound like the first lady, especially the one that we say we're better than. No, they thought people wasn't going to pay attention to it. But this goes back to something I've been saying about culture vultures. They can't help themselves. They always take it from us. And then they always try to rationalize it. Well, she didn't say word for word, but guess what? It was pretty close. But yet y'all sit here and y'all talk about Mrs. Obama saying she has no class, she yada 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 blah blah blah. But Melania supposed to have class, right? This is the same chick that take her clothes off and take photos with it. They talk about how beautiful she is. She's plastic surgery. You can tell. All that makeup on, you can tell. She ain't dumb. She knows better. She could talk about her life, but she chose not to. If you say Michelle Obama has no class, but now you want Melania Trump to be our first lady, you're a hypocrite or just a low information Tea Party voter. Same thing. Mrs. Obama has come under attack. The media has not gone in her past. They didn't call her out of her name. They didn't say, well, she's not American. Here it is. This woman wasn't even born here. She just became a citizen, less than 10 years ago. Mrs. Obama born here, but they try to say she ain't American, she don't love the country, blah, blah, blah. But y'all gotta go steal from this black woman that y'all talk about every day in social media, every day in politics. But she wasn't the only motherfucker that was foreign born, that showed us racism. Antonio Sabato Jr., most famous role to date is playing Jagger on General Hospital, an episode of Lawrence of Clark, and I think Melrose Place episodes, some movies that people forget that he played in, and he was a former underwear model. Now, this motherfucker wasn't born here. This motherfucker came to America in 1985, became a citizen 1996, so he's been a citizen for 20 years, but yet he has a nerve to call President Obama a Muslim, say his name is not an American-sounding name, but Antonio Sabato is. He got cheers for disrespecting President Obama. Now he plays to something that we've talked about those people that come from Italy, a certain group of them who want to be accepted as white. So you feel that to make yourself more American, you have to talk down to black people and basically say that who's the true American, who ain't. President Obama was born in the United States, motherfucker. He's an American citizen. Now, whatever issues I and other black people have, I'm not going to sit back and let y'all just be racist to the guy or let you get away with it. It's like this motherfucker's in the Ku Klux Klan meeting. But then another so-called Italian, but this time American-born, Scott Baio gave a speech. Now, surprisingly, it wasn't mean-spirited. I think Scott Baio knew better. I think Scott Baio knew that he still got to work in Hollywood. He still got people he got to go through, studios he got to go through. He didn't want to bite the hand and fail completely. But when he said something about Trump taking America back, that's called for, we got to get that nigga out of the White House. And we damn sure can't have to let the bitch get in. See, I'm not a fan of Hillary Clinton. Never been a fan of Clintons. I think they lies. I think they're racist. But when I look at Donald Trump and his supporters, how he's pandered to, open racist motherfuckers, open racist Hollywood supporters. They're going to get these pet coons to come out. Those two sisters, Diamond, whatever the other one is. Don King. We playing, I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, as much as I said I couldn't vote for Hillary, man, I got to hold my nose on this one. Because what I saw last night and saw the blatant theft, the blatant racism on display. Fox last night was full racist mode. The Republican National Convention, they was just saying, they cheered when they said something about the cop got acquitted in the Freddie Gray murder. They killed that young brother, and people are cheering. This is what America is, but you got motherfuckers that Scott Baio fan probably he's probably third generation, if that. This motherfucker, he just became an American citizen. But yet, Trump is going to do this for the country. Trump is going to do that for the country. See, this is why brothers and sisters get hemmed up over they go to Italy and stuff. But them motherfuckers don't remind who they are when they come from. Yeah, they like, I guess that people say, well, they're white, they're white, they're black, they're bright, they're white. Nah, these motherfuckers go back to Italy, be a dime a dozen. You linguine eating lasagna and pasta smelling motherfucker, you. But these motherfuckers, and then the funny thing, and just the thing, these motherfuckers are foreign born, except Scott Baio. It had a nerve to be a thief, it had a nerve to be racist. Now people are going to say, well, this doesn't make dissuade me or persuade me to vote for Trump or Hillary. That's up to you. It's your vote. But I will say this, think about it. In Black America, we have to really come to Jesus' moment. We got to get off our asses and stop expecting people to we vote in just to make our problems go away. It ain't going to happen. But at the same time, you don't want to invite this mess. Let me tell y'all something. Donald Trump ain't never served the military. Donald Trump don't know how to talk to people. If he goes into a meeting with somebody and says and insults somebody, we back at war. And I'm going to tell y'all something. They talk about ratcheting troop level up in Iraq and in Afghanistan. Let this motherfucker get in office. Let him get in office. You got a lot of foreign countries that are afraid of this bastard getting in office because he's dangerous. This man is not as rich as he claimed to be. This man is not as smart as he claimed to be. If you had any smart, you would talk to your wife and say, go practice. Sweetheart, you can't use that. If Donald Trump had people working for him that knew that, yo, that's from Mrs. Obama. Now they trying to spin it. Morning Joe and them trying to spin it. And everybody said, she gave it excellence. She delivered. No, she stole. Why do y'all keep trying to romanticize Melania like y'all did Sarah Palin? They stole. It was mean spirit. Now Melania may come off as Miss, I love America. I love my husband and my children. This country means so much to me. But you stole from the black first lady. The campaign that you support your husband in, who race baits all the time. They've been disrespectful to Mrs. Obama. So y'all can come up with none of your own story. So you said, let me go take the nigga story. Let's go take her story and make it mine. Let's go take her words and make it mine. I keep telling y'all, white women envy black women. They remember Mrs. Bummer had the cut off sleeve, how white women stopped wearing the cut off sleeves? When white women was talking about healthy lunches, wasn't anywhere, Mrs. Obama come in, now all of a sudden they started attacking her. They call this woman a man, but let me tell you something. When I look at her, I don't get hard. When I look at Mrs. Obama, I get hard. I lay the pipe on Mrs. Obama. No disrespect. Mrs. Obama is older than Melanie, and Melanie already run under the knife. Mrs. Obama natural. Mrs. Obama is in shape. Now, do I agree with everything Mrs. Obama is saying? Do I can't agree with her Beyonce friendship or acquaintance. I can't get down with that shit. But the attacks, and then y'all go, then you want to be a culture vulture, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. So you foreign born want to be whites. Y'all, you help prove my point, reinforce what I've been saying. And for those of you out here that keep thinking that these motherfuckers are more American than us, but come over and have to be racist, we the black community is not checking that shit. This motherfucker claim to fame was on a show 20 years ago. He ain't been on General Hospital since the 90s. But every time they announce him, from General Hospital, Antonio Sabato Jr. No, the motherfucker left General Hospital. He thought he was going to be a big name, and he realized, I can't trade on my looks anymore. But go on with your bad self, Antonio. Go out there and say hateful things and racist things about the president. He was born here. You wasn't. And Scott, you knew how far to go last night. You put little digs in there. It wasn't with slap you in the face kind of digs, but he knew better. Scott wanted to be back in front of the cameras on prime time again. This is the only time Scott Baio was going to get seen on prime time television. But it turns Sabato words were racist. Melania Trump, she's a thief. She could have told her own story, but she didn't.